You know, it used to be the case that crypto Twitter was a lot of fun and also filled with valuable alpha information. Unfortunately, it's not really the case anymore. And that change occurred as a result of multiple reasons, not just shifting market conditions. My theory here is actually that there was more fun and more optimism in previous bear markets than what we're seeing right now. Meaning something different and probably bigger is at play here. At least that's one of the variables that ought to be considered. It just kind of seems like everybody hates crypto right now, including a lot of people that work in this industry on a regular basis. In this video, I'm going to do my best to unravel this enigma that we're kind of facing here, as I've just described, and analyze the situation macroscopically to see if there are any long-term repercussions to this kind of new mood, to this sentiment that I'm describing. Welcome to the channel. My name is Maddie and this is Altcoin Buzz. Hopefully you are a lover of crypto and not a hater, but whatever the case may be, whatever your profile may be, I do wish you well if you choose to invest. Just remember that I'm not a financial or investment advisor, which means, of course, this video is not official financial or investment advice. Okay, so we do have a couple of potential theories here as to what's really going on. A couple of prominent crypto Twitter accounts like DC Investor and Crypto Kobe believe it's nothing short of infiltration. That's what they're calling it. So what are they saying exactly? Is the suggestion that we have federal authorities of some kind that are trying to sow mass discontent? Is this government induced? And if so, which governments are we talking about? They actually think the United States government could be involved with bringing people in to try to rip crypto Twitter apart in an effort to preserve the failing US dollar. And some of the logic behind this is the same logic as why the feds in the US are going after Coinbase and Uniswap. They are without question two of the most honest actors in the crypto industry. There are so many doing far, far worse on a daily basis that authorities could be going after, but they are not. But why? Well, maybe because these are two of the most visible platforms, i.e. Coinbase and Uniswap, or maybe the feds are just not smart about their targeting. But look, whatever the exact reasoning may be, the theory behind this infiltration is starting to gather speed. And we don't just have crackpots that are subscribing to it. This is an increasingly popular hypothesis, if you will. There's also the suggestion that we're seeing an increased use of AI bots across X, or Twitter. This is another theory, and the prevalence of AI bots here, as we know in general, is on the rise. Meaning it's not just something that is unique to crypto Twitter. Really, the entirety of Twitter, X, the entirety of the internet has to deal with a rapidly increasing number of non-humans, of bots, right? But sadly, many of the bots are not trained for engagement or with personalization. Really, they just spout off nonsense or worse. And in some cases, they're actually programmed to get engagement through insults and disruption. There are also signs indicating a lack of innovation in terms of solving big problems. This is another theory, and in this tweet here, really, it all sums it up. It suggests that crypto is not trying to build big, useful things anymore. And while I personally don't believe this one, I don't think it's true because I do still see a lot of innovation. I definitely see Antonio's point here. And as the founder of DYDX, he's definitely in the trenches seeing what's going on with other builders. Plus, as someone who has been in crypto a long time and seen multiple bull and bear markets, there is something that seems to be different about this market. Today's Altcoin Buzz Spotlight video is sponsored by Landrocker, one of the gaming projects that you really ought to have on your watch list. Landrocker is all about gaming quality because you can explore their universe, liberate planets from alien control, and a whole lot more in this multiplayer play-to-earn game. In addition, they're getting a lot of attention. They've already secured listings on both Uniswap and MEXC for their LRT token. The 3D version of the Landrocker game is coming out very soon. In the meantime, check out the link in the description of this video for more information. So is all this perhaps attributable to shifting demographics? Look, I saw this tweet, and I bet many of you on crypto Twitter saw it too. It's got almost, as you can see here, 150,000 views within just a few days, so this made an impact. And it asks a bit of a different question. What if the real issue in this market is demographics? This guy here mentions TikTok specifically. Just think of things like Instagram Reels and Shorts and YouTube Shorts, leading to very short attention spans really across the board. But that's especially true for younger audiences, and many of the newcomers to crypto really since the last bull market in 2021 are in Generation Z. And many think of crypto kind of as a millennial technology, and some think that most of the users are actually millennials. That's probably true, although Gen X has more representation than many would think, especially among founders or long-term Bitcoin holders. Okay, but until only a couple of years ago, Gen Z, or the Zoomers, were too young to take part. Now they're not. Now they are of age, and they love memes and anything that appeals to the short attention spans, right? I know you've noticed that Solana and the Solana and Base meme coins are just about the only things other than Bitcoin having a good 2024 so far. And this is a possible reason why, because this mentality of jumping from meme coin to meme coin might be the introduction of Gen Z into crypto. This would need further research. We'd need to digitally analyze this in greater detail, looking at consumer analyses and purchasing trends, but it's possible. So what do you think? I'm curious to know your thoughts about this, not depending on whether you're a Zoomer, whether you're a millennial, like myself, by the way, whether you're a Gen X. I'm curious to hear your thoughts about this. But more broadly speaking, do you think that the demographics of the retail market in crypto are changing? Let me know your thoughts about that in the comments below. So we'll discuss now some solutions and takeaways, but let me start here by saying that I do think personally demographics are starting to play a larger and larger role. Young people are more into crypto because maybe they think the stock market is rigged, or they think no other investment will be able to help them get ahead. They think no other investment will competitively keep up with inflation, or maybe it's because they know it's a very asymmetric bet, meaning that potentially just a little bit of capital invested in crypto can earn a lot of profit. So all factors favor the idea that younger people are getting into crypto now, and that trend will continue. The question, therefore, is how can you take advantage of this? And the answer to that, obviously, is that you could choose to dabble in meme coins. We don't endorse or recommend them officially. I am not a fan of meme coins personally. But this is one reason why we do recommend Solana. Solana, of course, is the home of meme coins right now. It's also the main retail chain as well. ETH no longer is, since most of the activity is now on the many layer 2s. Solana's real competitor in meme coins and as the retail chain ultimately is Base. And if Base ever launched a token, we'd recommend that too. But for now, because it does not, we see Optimism as the next big thing. Optimism, of course, is the tech stack for both Base and for BNB's layer 2, OPBNB. But the takeaways here should not be specific recommendations like these. What you should look for are projects that support meme coins, and they could be layer 1s like Sol, layer 2s like Optimism, maybe infrastructure tools to Sol, Base, or BRC20 like wallets or TON ecosystem if your meme coins use Telegram for support. Maybe DEXs like Uniswap, Radium, or Jupiter, and maybe even a couple of exchange tokens for centralized exchanges that support many of these coins. You can see where we're going with this. Really, the idea here is that you don't have to trade in meme coins to profit from their growth in terms of ecosystem growth. Now, you may want to, and you probably should DYOR, do your own research, but we don't recommend that, and there are lots of safer ways to benefit from this trend if it continues for the rest of this year and beyond into 2025.